Alright, here we go. This is the part number for our power steering line. It goes from the back of the pump, comes up and around, and goes up there to the top with the hydroboost. So, anybody that, now if you haven't seen these videos yet, it's a 88 full-size Chevy Blazer that we put the had the 1-ton swap. We put the Dana 60 in it when we 1-tonned it, and then so we're going with the hydroboost setup. And this line, well, the one actually I replaced already. It goes down to the gearbox. This one is it's got a nick in it there, and it's leaking. So we're gonna go ahead and before I don't want to take a chance of it bursting when we're in the middle of nowhere and have a heck of a time steering. So still got, I want to do it when while we have it off. I got to get I got some down in the basement, so we got to shim this out. It's so hard to, I can't get the angle on it, but the pulley is just kicked just a little bit. So if we put some washers back here on the back side of this bracket, it'll bring this side out, and so it'll, you know, it'll straighten the pulley up, get rid of that squill. And then so we'll get this on, and then we'll go over bleeding the hydroboost, which isn't bad. I've only done it once, so this will be the second time I have to bleed at this, you know, dropping this line, but it is not bad. I was surprised, but I've heard of some horror stories. But I'll get started. So I have to get the power steering pump off, get the line removed, and then so see how much of a job that's going to be. I know the other line to replace wasn't bad, but that one's looking a little crusty around the edges, so we'll see. There we go. Line's on the pump, on the hydroboost. One thing I did forget to get is I just wanted to get a new seal for the master cylinder. But even if the master cylinder was bad, O'Reilly's had it for is it $23.99, $24.99 for a refurb. It was like $70 for a brand new one. This one seems to be working okay. It just needs the rubber gasket replaced. But this line was, the power steering, it goes up to the hydroboost, was, I think it was $24.99 plus tax, so that ain't bad for the O'Reilly's version there. So now it's going to be down here on the bracket. I have to go get some washers, space that out, and see if we can get it straightened out down there on the pulley. Hopefully so. But this line, I tell you, that was a fight. Probably doesn't help that it's cold out, but almost would have been easier to take the whole pump off. But I just loosened it, all the bolts up, took it away from the block, and then just got the line that way, and was actually able to save some of the fluid. It was that end was a like a 5/8 or something line wrench. I think it was a 5/8 line wrench on the pump, and then up around the hydroboost it was an 18mm. So alright, I'm going to dig up some washers and see what we can come up with. Alright, here we go. Now there's a nut on the bottom that has an adjuster like this one, you know, just slides through. Then you got this one for the adjuster, and then this one just on a stud. The bottom one I have in, it's not all the way tight, just enough to where it's touching. You got this top one, just enough to where it's touching. This one's not in yet. Now you can see the gap, and when I tighten this down, of course it runs it up against the bracket. When it runs it against the bracket, it pitches the pulley, which puts the belt on a bind. And so I got lucky. I figured it'd be, I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than that, but you can kind of see there it's not too bad, but bad enough. So this looks like 2 of these washers will take care of that gap. So I'll get that in there and see what we got. So hopefully that'll take care of that, and that'll get it to where we're just about ready to try to bleed the system out. Alright, the basics of what was told to me. Alright, front tires are off the ground, pump's full of fluid, so you gotta have somebody on the inside, which my son's in there. So turn it to the left. See if we can get some air out of it. You crank it all the way as far as you can get it. It's a vicious cycle. Alright, crank it all the way to the right. Yeah, see no air coming out of it. Alright, all the way back to the left. Alright, straighten it up. Keep turning it to the right. A little more. Alright, now hit the brakes a couple times. Yeah, we're good. Alright, that's the process. We'll do it a few more times and see what we get. But so far, so good. But you got to remember, I did not drain the pump. So it might take a few times to get some air out of it. But we'll keep at it for a little bit and then we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we're good. We got the air out. The pulley is off still just enough to, when it's under throttle, it'll squill a little bit. And that alternator's up. And I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there's all kinds of drag coming off of it. And we're smacking something now. So now we're down to the alternator belt. We'll have to figure out that alignment on the pump. Give it a little bit of gas. There, now you can hear it. That or the alternator belt, one or the other. Alright. Then come off and smack me in the face. Alright, that's it. That's the gist of it. Easy swap to do, man. I wouldn't be afraid of doing it. If you get it used, I've got just over 200 wrapped up in this. You can get online and Google it. The cheapest one I found without the master cylinder was $500 and some. So each their own. But everything seems to be working good, man. Don't be afraid to do it. Thanks for watching. Alright, guess we're not done. We found the